think Uptown is the epicenter of the city, if not the state, because of the combination of retail, because of the combination of office, hotels, residential, and apartments and condos, and Post Oak Boulevard is in the heart of it.
Well, I think it's a great boulevard. It transports you in the middle of Houston into a very special place.
I think the entire area now is reaching a point, what I really call a real mixed-use urban community.
A lot of new buildings, a lot of new streets, a lot of construction, and a lot of new people.
You have office, it's like the muscle of the area. You have retail as the heart of the area. You have residential as the soul of the area.
There's just no place in all the world like that Post Oak Boulevard.
Goodness, could we talk about the Uptown area without talking about the Galleria, without talking about Neiman Marcus, without talking about the water wall?
Jerry Hines took a lot of pride in the architecture, for which he received the accolades he deserves, because he's one of the few people who really said, let's do something of quality. Philip Johnson did some wonderful buildings.
And when you go to intersections, you see interesting chrome oversights. Those were all due to Louis Sklar and his efforts.
When we did the stainless steel arches and rings and the traffic lights and the street signs and the bus stops, it was to try to create an identity for the place, so that when people would get there, they would, I'm in a different part of town. This is really very special.
It echoes that whole theme of what was originally the Magic Circle.
You know, it's again that lasting, embellishing trademark that when people visit our city and they think about the chrome-colored oval, they think about the lamppost.
We give a lot of attention to the detail of design. I choose a simple element that is a pedestrian crosswalk push button. And if you're ever out there at any of our intersections, I'd ask you to look at it. It is a perfectly designed object. A great deal of attention went into that. And so I think that reflects to the level of detail how we care about what design, how things look, how things function.
They have done a masterful job in the boulevard, in the planning, and the landscaping.
We're known for the beautiful medians in our boulevards throughout the Uptown area. And to me, it's our way of letting people know that we really are concerned about quality of their life.
It was known as the Magic Circle, and then it was known at the City Post Oak Association, and then it was changed to Uptown Houston.
And it came about because of all the development that was happening in the area. Galleria opened, buildings were under construction, and what the property owners, major corporations, and developers in the area needed was some communal voice that they could speak as one.
There's a lot of excitement in the area, there's a lot of opportunity and growth in the area, and there's a tremendous history.
The history of the Uptown district is really fascinating, in my opinion.
There wasn't anything along Post Oak of any commercial value and any commercial interest from Westheimer to San Felipe. It was just open land.
Westheimer was a two-lane asphalt road, and Post Oak was a two-lane asphalt road with ditches on either side.
My recollection of the Post Oak area prior to Sackwoods being located there are that it was out in the country.
It was prairie. You know, it was, you could see cattle. My father and I went out and sat on the corner of Post Oak and Westheimer and counted the cars as a kind of a marketing study. The whole concept architecturally was a southern colonial home, almost like a country club, to have a sense of hospitality and warmth. But we were the Lone Rangers out there. Numerous people told my father, my grandfather, my great uncle, you guys are going to lose your shirt. It is so far outside of town. But when the store opened, we got very, very good acceptance, even though we were out there by ourselves. 2 years later, Joski's was built.
Two of my friends asked me to participate in securing Joski's as a major tenant in that area. That became a very strong retail center with Joski's and Sakowitz on 2 of the corners, plus the Farrington property, which had been turned into retail. And we decided that we needed Neiman Marcus. We convinced Neiman Marcus, because we gave them the land, and to come to our development, which they did. And that was the key to the kickoff of the Galleria. This is the job of a developer, is to come up with ways that create value and hopefully a successful project. And Galleria is a successful project.
After the Galleria opened in '70, the whole area became a magnet.
Well, Post Oak became very glamorous when all of the major retail stores moved out there.
Most retailers have their best store in Houston. Many of them, national retailers, will say that their stores in Uptown are the best in the state or the country.
The Post Oak area became one of the most exciting retail areas in the whole United States.
I think the entire area now is reaching a point, what I really call, a real mixed-use urban community. And the mayor and city council have added the Memorial Park to the Uptown Tours. We're now able to help fund improvements in that park to really protect it and enhance it and bring it back from near destruction.
So what Houston as a whole, and Uptown being particularly close to Memorial Park, is a jewel in their inner city that is really almost unparalleled in anywhere else in the country. To have a park of that size in a major metropolitan area just doesn't exist.
Our Memorial Park is twice as big as Central Park. We're spending a lot of our effort these days to make that connection between Uptown and the park and really preserve it for generations to come. That one of the essential tools of our success is the ability to bring people and organization and agencies together to solve problems.
The leadership, I think, works really hard to try to enhance that, and that's a good thing for the city.
It's the combination of all the different uses coming together to create a great place. You got to have good landscaping, good green space, good lighting, good connectivity, good traffic control, good streets, and all of the ingredients to come together. And Uptown has the knowledge and experience to pull that off.
Houston is unquestionably a world-class city.
I think Houston is really living in a golden age right now.
I think Uptown will have an offering that's really on par with any great city, not only in the U.S. but in the world, in terms of the best of an urban experience.
Uptown has the potential to really become one of the best places in the world to live. The great thing I think about Uptown is the spirit that exists there.
And every time you turn around, somebody's breaking ground on another building on Post Oak Boulevard.
We're really excited about what's being reinvested in the area.
That's what I'm proud of having been able to make a contribution that hopefully will last for a long time.
And people will continue to want to live there, work there, shop there, play there.
You've got to believe in the vision of the Uptown and the vision of the Post Oak Boulevard developments.
And it's the kind of thing that we really are trying to achieve in Uptown, is to create these places where you and I can experience life in a very unique way and go, this is good, I want to come back here.